Hello, Libra. Hello. Welcome to your reading. This is Sage, and I'm gonna see what I can do for you. It's so curious. When I sat down to get ready to do the reading and everything, I couldn't help but think of this song again and again. I mean, like, I wasn't thinking of it. It was literally playing in my head non-stop. Maybe you know it. It's called Anthems of a 17-year-old or something like that. You know. Now you're all gone, got your makeup on, and you're not coming back. It's got a nice tune to it, but it feels like a heartbreak. And the objects that I was drawn to place on, my water table were curious, okay? So, and weirdly, okay. So you love somebody, but the love is lost, and the memory of it still remains. And you're wondering how much of your hair you need to cut in order to let go of this memory that's just like choking your heart right now. So yeah, I had not counted on such a reading ever coming up. So this is really interesting for me. This is like, oof, juicy. I do want to know, about hair. You know what? I think I need the charms again. I need the charms. But you know how I'm gonna use them? I am going to I'm just gonna place one on each. Okay. Did I just like kick off this and okay. I feel like this is the music that will make you grow. What is this? Oh, is that a bunny? I think it's a bunny. It's a bunny, and there are stars in the sky. And generally, I feel like maybe it's in a hedge or something. It's well protected, you know. So, okay, so this one is going to um, point to those vulnerable feelings. This one's going to help us understand how much memory that we want to preserve. How much is it memory? Is it identity? Um, and what is the music that can help us grow? I have never seen the archetype deck in that way. Okay, so let me just ask, what is contained spiritually, emotionally, psychologically speaking, what is contained in a strand of hair? Hope. And wishes, regrets. Okay. I still don't understand. Um, I still don't understand. Um, okay, let's try another line of questioning. Ooh, ooh, oh, whoa, chill out. Okay, that right there made me feel like I should just pick up 3 cards. Okay, at the very tip of your hair is stored this. Ah, this feels like a fight about the future. This feels like, I don't know, this feels like, the kind of talk this feels like. It feels like, when one person is saying that they don't want kids and another person is saying that they do want kids, and there's like a fight because of that. So that's what this is. At the tip of your hair is the memory of this fight. Okay. So let's see um, what's in this inch. So here we have cold realization. Yeah. This this King of Swords is like, I'm standing with my knife, with my sword right here, and my throne right at my back. No one's getting to me this time. So that's what this feels like. This feels like, reviving after a big letdown. Um, this feels like waking up after a betrayal, or waking up after a rude shock, after your dreams have been dashed to the ground. So let's see what's at this edge over here. Temperance with, sorry, let me just bring this back here. Yeah. Temperance with heartbreak. Yeah, this was when everything was going well before this inch is before the shit began. So basically, you cut this inch, you let go of the fight. Okay, you cut this inch, you let go of the disappointment, and also the realization of, oh, this is how things really are. And you let go of this inch, you let go of the calm before the storm. So I guess the storm is somewhere here. The heartbreak area is somewhere here in the timeline of your hair. Oh my god. I have never done a reading like this before. Okay. Interesting. So we've done the memory bit. Now let's talk about how losing this part will make you feel, right? Um, but let's see. Okay, so without um, without these memories, how you gonna feel? Well, how do you think she feels? Like she's in mourning, you know, still mourning, but on your way to like feeling better, you know. Oh, is this not? Yeah, let's just put it this way, shall we? Like, is that okay? That's okay. Or maybe I should just do this. Okay, so without those memories, you're still going to like feel the grieving process, without the memory of the fight. So without the memory of um, without the memory of the disappointment, or should I say the sense of clarity. So without the memory of the disappointment and the clarity, um, this is what's coming through, you know. You cut your hair that short, like that short, take 2 inches off, then you're gonna feel like a nice princess, untouchable, unreachable, unattainable. So if you're going for that, then yeah, go for it. And finally, if you cut the other edge and you totally rid yourself of the memory of the heartbreak, or like the calm before the storm, even. Then, so this one came upside down. What does this mean? Okay, okay, I kind of feel like if you cut your hair that short, like if you take away this memory, also you need to see a therapist. Ah, that's what it's saying. You need to see a therapist. You look cute and chic as fuck, but you know you need to see a therapist. You know, if you cut too much, seek a therapist. Because you'll want to like talk about these feelings. I think, okay, this is just coming to me right now. I don't know if I'm right or not, but like you can make up your own mind, right? You can take this reading as it resonates. So you can make up your own mind. So with this, it's not just about like talking to a therapist. Just talk to anyone who can talk to you about, the relationship and the breakup and everything, you know. So it's more like now it's coming out as if you have a therapist, you can afford to cut your hair that short because you can look cute and you can do all of the emotional work with a therapist. You're not going to miss out on that, um, on feeling those feelings just because you cut your hair, you know. Was I gonna say something else about this, Libra? I don't think so. yeah, that's about it, you know. And yeah, let me pull out another clarifier for this one. Yeah, so if you cut your hair this short, like uh, cut out these two portions, these two portions, um, you will be like Ice Princess, but you'll still have to feel your feelings, and they will come to you through dreams, dreams, or even like, just watch a show and cry it out. So interesting. So it's interesting, like after doing this reading, it's kind of apparent to me that, you know, if you keep your hair, you allow yourself to feel um, what's in the past, feel and process it. But like the shorter you cut your hair, the more you cut yourself off from really feeling your past and what it's done to you. Um, and so the more you cut your hair, the more you need a therapist. So that's interesting. That's a different sort of take that I didn't expect to see coming. Okay. Slowly. Okay, so it's trying to say more about like cutting too much hair. The because I said the shorter you cut your hair, the more the more you need help with feeling your feelings. You probably need a therapist, you probably need a friend, someone who is cerebral, psychological, that can help you access and process your feelings. But also, I'm thinking you need more time to deal with those feelings. Is it? Is that it? Let me pull out a clarifier. So, okay, this cut out too much hair. Oh, no, sorry. You cut out too much hair, then you release yourself from being slowed down and weighed down by those emotions of the past. You sort of kind of let yourself spring free from dealing with all of that, which is why they recommended the therapist. So someone makes sure that you do the inner work that you're supposed to do, because you can't ignore your feelings and you know remain healthy. um, but yeah, so this is talking about um, being not weighed down so that you can just you know carry on with your ambition, carry on with your life, go on doing whatever it is that you want to do. um, Hair is sort of anchoring into past. It's sort of helping. Oh, it's like a feeling access anchor thing to your past or something. Interesting. I don't know if that's true. I think it is. I wondered if I'll ever do a reading like this again. Um, but the reading isn't over because, um, I think This reading is not just to do with cutting your hair, but also growing it back, because we've got different sort of musics or songs. Okay, that's so for the first time, my archetype oracle deck is coming up as songs. Okay, so if you cut just 1 inch and you go and you open yourself up to the mourning that needs to happen, use this to grow your hair back. Fault line. Okay. I would not have thought of this as a healing song. It's really surprising me today. Where do I place it? Just here? Okay. Does it fit? Yeah, it does. It does. Okay. And if you cut 2 inches, then what can help you grow is the offering. If you cut more than 2 inches, if you cut 3 inches or more, then what you need to grow it back good is the creator. Okay, so since these are songs, I am just gonna fucking assume that the words in the guidebook is what you need to hear. Okay. Oh, maybe so this part of the reading is for those of you that have already cut maybe too much of your hair and you're feeling a little weird, and maybe that's what you need to hear. Okay, so let's see. Let's see what the fault line says for you, Libra. So you've cut out 1 inch of your hair, right? And you're mourning. Imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Such is the energy of the fault line. It is the energy of walking on eggshells, of precarious dynamics, of sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. It is likely this cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures. This card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness that's afoot. It's much better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending all is well. There is no easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a foundational shift that alters the current dynamics from the ground up. I can see how those words could help, if you're in this stage right now, mourning what has been. So let's see the next one, the offering. So my dear Libra, if you're in this space right now, where you've got a nice cut, um, and you're feeling a little icy. Okay, this feels like a very protective place to go to. Okay, let's see what the offering has to say. Unlike many of the other cards in this deck, the offering carries a clear as day message and a call to action. As you may have guessed, it is time for something to be given and given up. For the sake of the bigger picture, if nothing comes to mind immediately, though it's likely it will, take time in meditation to consider what must be offered and who is to receive it. It's likely you'll feel attachment and hesitancy. You'll make excuses, but recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. One leads to the other. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. Okay, let me read that again. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self unconditionally to the world. For now, start small. So this kind of feels like, well, you see over here we have generosity, donation, volunteering, when dark, giving with expectations, keeping track. Okay, you know what? I will leave the offering up to you because you seem strong enough to make a sacrifice. You know, you're in quite a protective place despite how delicate you're feeling. Now, finally, for those of you who have just like gone and cut your hair, cut off like 3 inches, and you probably need a therapist, and you're probably like feeling uncomfortably weird. Let's see what the creator has to say. Yeah. Creator, what does the creator have to say to Libra? Is it? Fuck me. I don't know these Roman numerals all that well. Why did she decide to do this? I'm sure it's written there somewhere. Okay, cool. So for those of you who have like, I don't know, maybe short pixie cuts or something, or maybe you just cut too much and you're feeling a little weird, hear this. The creator, the first archetype in the trio of existence, is not intimidated by darkness or by lack. They know that from the void, creation inevitably emerges. With meager, minimal, and outlandish materials, the creator reveals a new image. They make the empty room resonate with healing sounds. They generate bounty from the seed that others tossed away. Though generative, this archetype annihilates. Though generative, this archetype annihilates preconceived notions of what is possible, leaving unexpected openings in the wake of its destruction. The creator does this first by being absolutely present to what is, not imagining or wishing things were different. And second, trusting that a force greater than themselves awaits constant collaboration with each human soul. We call it nature, God, goddess, Shakti, or divinity. It remains nameless. It is the creator's lifelong companion. Okay. So basically, you know, don't be scared of your ability to create, but do not deny what has happened. You know, cutting your hair doesn't erase this from happening. Um, but so much growth is possible, so much growth is definitely possible here. Be curious, open, playful, surprising, and I bet you don't feel burdened, at least. You know, that's one thing. You might be feeling uncomfortably sensitive, but you're not gonna feel burdened and heavy. So use that lightness. Use that lightness to create. Yeah. So I think that's the reading. Um, except for the fact that the the Ogum set did come up for you, and I can only think to put it here. Okay, didn't expect a non-Ogum to come out. I'm not sure why I did that or how that's helping. Just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. Um, okay, so I don't know exactly why I did that, but it felt right for all of these things to go there. And let us see. This one is Blackberry. Appreciate achievements, fruits, rewards, the sweet life. You know, this is for appreciation. This is like very Nine of Pentacles energy, if you want to know. Okay, and this one is Blackthorn. Ooh, so Blackthorn and Blackberry. Interesting that they're all black. um, so Blackthorn, hope, despair, war, karma, past, present, future. Okay, yeah, that's what it's about, isn't it? Um, and this is just a howlite, and I use it for anxiety. But I guess I can put numbers on this. I can put numbers. I can. Okay. Okay. 10. I don't know what sense that made, but that's your reading. That's that. That's done. Um, okay. So basically, you cut here, and you might need this spell. Okay, use it as a spell. Okay, it's just an Ogum staff, and it stands for Blackthorn. Okay, um, but it'll help you. Okay, it'll help you relearn the lessons if you don't have a therapist. Okay, it'll make sure you learn your lessons of the relationship and heartbreak and whatnot. Okay, so like I said, You cut your hair at this point, then you need this like a good luck charm or a spell or something to make sure all the lessons are learned and you move forward, not backward. You cut here, and that's good enough. You don't have to have any anxiety because you've cut at the ending of a chapter. Okay, so don't worry too much about cutting 2 inches of your hair. It's fine. And if you've cut this much, then use this use this as a spell or a charm. Okay, this is a symbol of blackberry, and while you're going through intense mourning periods, this will help you remember also the things that you're grateful for. That way you can balance out these heavy energies you know that you're processing. And yes, that is it for your reading. Wow, that was a big one. I hope I've helped you um, feel good about your hair and about the breakup and the heavy feelings. Well, that's okay. It happens and we move on, right? See you later, Libra.